as the head of the finance department, do you look at all the things in this room and think, this costs that amount of money, this costs that amount of money?
Thankfully, no, I don't. When I think about cameras in general and what we, when we first, I'll give you a really prime example, the film cameras. When you thought about it, okay, are we building 2? Are we building 4? Are you building 8, right? And that's where I start to think about, well, what makes the most sense from a return perspective? Because yes, Nolan wants the cameras, but how many other filmmakers out there use the film cameras? The lens that I look at it through is essentially, how many do we build and in what way? Because the one thing is we are going to invest to build it right and to build it for longevity. But do you need 10 of them? No. Building 4, that was the right number. And do we potentially want to build a couple more? Maybe a couple more, but I don't think we need 10 because they won't always be in use all the time.
Making challenging CapEx decisions is an annual exercise for the CFO.
We do sit with the R&D and technology teams and look at what would be the amount of capital they need in a year. So say I earmark them and say, if you had $15 million, what would you spend the $15 million on? And then they would allocate and say, and then you start to pressure test the projects that they say. And then you bring the $15 million down or up, depending on if there's a special project.
I heard the term pressure test from you, and I imagine that at different points you need to tell people no. What's that process like for you?
Oh yeah, it's a key role in the CFO position. It is a word that most people are used to, and yet they still think you're not going to say it.
Down the hall from the camera facility is the Network Operations Center. In this room, Imax stays on top of real-time system performance data from around the world.
Our NOC Center essentially monitors our worldwide global network to make sure everything is working, that the reliability rate is maintaining a high percentage, and that our quality standards are being met. To me, it's all a very good investment, and actually it's a very healthy part of our business when you think about our maintenance margins. January 1 every year, I know we have $60 million of revenue. And how do I know that? Because we charge a fixed fee to our exhibitors. And so as our network grows, that dollar value immediately goes up, but it's a recurring revenue stream to us as well. So it's not, it funds itself, it is a high operating margin business, and it also protects our brand.
Our final stop required a costume change. We put on hazmat suits to enter a clean room, where Imax assembles optical components for projectors. Fernandes oversees financials for a manufacturing operation that sends equipment to some 90 countries.
We do everything here, so even if something is getting sold by Imax China or Imax Ireland or one of our other entities, it is all getting built here, shipped out to those entities, then shipped over to the customers.
Imax is a Canada-based company, and the manufacturing is done in Canada. How affected by the U.S. tariffs are you?
We've always been subject to tariff risk, currency risk, geopolitical risk, supply chain volatility, because we're a global company. And we actually source components worldwide as well. And so working through all of that, we've spent decades already building out and assessing what our risks are and weighing those. The immediate risk, obviously, with the U.S., I have been working closely with the supply chain group and working through what strategies could we do. I actually spent some time with the transformation team.
That kind of strategic collaboration is one of the things she likes most about her job.
And the contract database, and how can we... Sometimes you think we're finance, we just have to take it as is, but you don't necessarily need to. You can actually add more value by giving scenarios and scenario planning, thinking through what are all the opportunities and alternatives. It gives me the opportunity to say, well, wait a minute, that deal doesn't look great when I actually lay it out after you work through all the details. But if you move this one little word around, or if you structure this sentence in a different way, it could mean something totally different from a financial perspective. And I'd say this year we've had a lot of those that have come across, and it's been a great opportunity. It also is what keeps it interesting, right? You get to work on new things.